It's just the waxy leaves of the peace lily.
This one is can you
Take it off the table or
I guess we could.
hide it behind the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're missing some things because it's so small. So much lighter.
Just realized I'm blowing shofar today. It's not a great look on shofar.
That's something to forget, yeah. All right.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is the first day of Elul. It starts this evening, our new Jewish month, just before the High Holy Day season. To begin that month, we are using a new prayer book, as you probably noticed. It is by the same company of prayer books that we have used on other Shabbat services and for our High Holy Day season. So it has the same format of a 2-page spread. Left side is alternative reading. Right side is the literal prayer. So that's just to sort of help you get oriented in here. We're going to turn to page 7. This is one of my favorite reflections to start the season of the High Holy Days. A time for turning. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. Now is the time for turning. The leaves are beginning to turn from green to red and orange. The birds are beginning to turn and are heading once more toward the south. The animals are beginning to turn to storing their food for the winter. For leaves, birds, and animals, turning comes instinctively. But for us, turning does not come so easily. It takes an act of will for us to make a turn. It means breaking with old habits. It means admitting that we have been wrong, and this is never easy. It means losing face. It means starting all over again, and this is always painful. It means saying, I am sorry. It means recognizing that we have the ability to change. These things are terribly hard to do, but unless we turn, we will be trapped forever in yesterday's ways. God, help us to turn from callousness to sensitivity, from hostility to love, from pettiness to purpose, from envy to contentment, from carelessness to discipline, from fear to faith. Turn us around and bring us back toward you. Revive our lives as at the beginning, and turn us toward each other, for in isolation there is no life. May all who gather this evening be blessed. Those who celebrate, we wish you joy, your happiness made sweeter because it is shared. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hatov ve'emetiv. You abound in blessings, soul of goodness. We praise you for bestowing goodness. Page 11. In the beginning, emptiness and chaos, a great darkness over the deep. The Spirit of God moved over the waters, explosion of light, the long chain of emerging life. Behold, it was very good. These candles evoke the first light. Out of the darkness came reason and purpose, consciousness of beauty, the power to discern and do what is right. Let us hold the light in our hearts. Let us bring it with us into the darkest corners of creation, where there is pain and fear. Let us offer the light of love. We will bring in Shabbat by lighting our candles. Rhonda Coatson and James McIntyre, can you please come up and help us light this evening? Thank you. We are on page 10. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you so much. We will continue on page 20, bringing in the angels into our sanctuary.
Shabbat.
encourage you to find a way to relax if possible. Perhaps close your eyes, take some deep breaths, uncross your legs. We've approached a new month, and with it comes the opportunity for reflection. Breathe in and ask yourself, what do I want to take from the past month with me into the new month? Bring that into your next breath. Breathe out and ask yourself, what do I want to leave behind from the past month? A new year begins again. Breathe in and ask yourself, do I begin again with it? Bring your answer into your next breath. We arrive at the same place, a different person, but so often we struggle to appreciate the newness of the moment and in ourselves. Breathe out, breathe in, and remind yourself, we must shake off the dust. We've spent too long in the valley of slumber. We must wake up to the sound of the shofar. Bring your urge to look ahead and move forward into your next breath. Breathe out. The call of Elul slowly stirs me from my stupor, and groggily I take my first uncertain steps toward a new year. May we too take a step towards each other, towards God, and towards a new year, hopeful for days of difference.
Continue with Lecha Dodi, welcoming our Shabbat bride on page 22. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei
25. And will they ever come? And will they ever come, days of forgiveness and grace, when you'll walk in the fields, simple wanderer, and your bare soles will be caressed by the clover, or the wheat stubble will sting your feet, and its sting will be sweet? Or the rainfall will catch you, its downpour pounding on your shoulders, your breast, your neck, your head, and you'll walk in the wet fields, quiet widening within, and take light on the cloud's rim. And you'll breathe in the scent of the furrow, full and calm, and you'll see the sun in the rain pool's golden mirror. And all things are simple and alive, and you may touch them. And you are allowed to love. You'll walk in the fields alone, unscorched by the blaze of the fires, along roads stiffened with blood and terror. And true to your heart, you'll be again humble and softened, as one of the grass, as one of humankind.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא, ואמרו אמן.
Page 26. There is no human being who does not carry a treasure in the soul, a moment of insight, a memory of love, a dream of excellence, a call to worship. I orient myself to the east, facing the land of Israel. I align myself with my people, embracing the noble tradition. I enlist in the work of justice, repairing a broken world. I take upon myself this mitzvah. Wherever you go, be a blessing. Please rise.
Yeah.
page 28. We can read together. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your great name fills the universe with majestic might. Your word creates twilight and dusk, as your wisdom opens the gates of night. Your discernment separates the changing seasons and causes the passage of time. The stars arrayed across the sky reveal your design. You roll out the cycle of darkness and light, shaping day and night. You sweep away the day and carry the world into nightfall, setting day apart from nighttime. You are God of all we can perceive, and all that is beyond our perception. Living eternal God, be our sovereign to the end of time. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of twilight and dusk. Page 30. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Agei Adonai Eloheinu b'shofenu, Hukumeinu nasiach bechukecha, V'nizmach b'nirei Toratecha, U'b'mitzvotecha le'olam ha'ed. Ihem chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, U'bahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Please be seated. Ve'ahavta is on page 34, and it goes to page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha
רחבך וקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לתותבות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continue on page 39. Kindness. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weekend broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow, you must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore, only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to mail letters and purchase bread, only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. We acknowledge God's kindness with the Micha Mocha on page 40.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha netar b'kodesh, Norat Tehilot osef elef, Malchutecha ra'u banecha, Bokeyam lifnei Moshe Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
And if you didn't know by now that the high holidays were coming, that would wake you up.
That would remind you. Instead of doing the Hashkivenu for our prayer of peace and rest, we're going to turn to page 8, to Psalm 27. During Elul, it's tradition to read this psalm every day to find a way to be closer to God and to feel perhaps more safe in times of hardship and to feel God's protection. In this psalm, we ask of God, how can we be closer to you and be closer to each other? And we will sing parts of it together.
Achat she'alti me'et Adonai, Achat she'alti ota bakesh. And it repeats. Achat she'alti me'et
47. Shabbat moment. A scarf trailing over the lilac sunset, fair weather clouds, surus, unseenness, silk chiffon, twilight softens the air, whispering, come, lie down with me. Untie the knots of the will, loosen your clenched grip, barren hills of bone. Here, no edges to hone, only the palm fallen, open as a rose about to toss its petals. What you have made, what you have spoiled, let go. Let twilight empty the crowded rooms, quiet the jostling colors to hues of swirling water, curls of fog. This is the time for letting time go, like a released balloon, dwindling. Tilt your neck and let your face open to the sky, like a pond catching light, drinking the darkness. Continue on page 48. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tivta ufia gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mei Gula Libnei B'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somek noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishedei afar, Michamocha ba'al geburot, Umido melech, Melech memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. Page 57. Snow. On Sabbath Eve, down to the worlds floated a kerchief of snow so very beautiful that I grasped one end, and God grasped the other, and both of us danced with a shuddering of closeness and distance, with the dizziness of the joy of our sudden love. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 62. We can join together at the bottom. May a memory of us ascend and come before you, God of all ages, together with memories of our ancestors, of Jerusalem, your holy city, and of your people, the family of Israel. On this first day of the month of Elul, may we be remembered for safety, well-being, and favor, for love and compassion, for life and peace. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo latova.
Amen.
Ufokdenu vo livracha.
Amen.
V'hoshienu vo lechayim.
Amen.
Together, eternal, our God, remember us,
Amen.
be mindful of us,
Amen.
and redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechidnato letzion. Page 72. My God, keep my tongue from doing harm and my lips from lies and deceit. Before those who wrong me with words, may silence be my practice. Before all human beings, let humility be my stance. Open my heart to your Torah, that I may follow its sacred path of duty. Shatter at once the malicious plans of those who would do me harm. Act for the sake of your name. Act for the sake of your shielding hand. Act for the sake of your holiness. Act for the sake of your Torah. For the sake of those who love you, their rescue and safety, let your shielding hand be the answer to my prayer. We'll take some time for silent prayer. We think of those in our families, in our community who are in need of healing of body, mind, and spirit. Our community is thinking of Jean Brower, Nina Chudnoff, Joe Crane, Carol DeVore, Joe Falick, Richard Hittow, Steve Keating, Sally Keaton, Carol Abinowitz, Walter Sharp, Marcia Silverman, Bronya Spector, and Carrie Strome. If there are any names you wish to add, I invite you to do so. And we think of those in the hospitals, nursing homes, and rehab facilities who have no one to say a prayer for them, and we offer this on their behalf. Page 77.
So
couple years ago, I spent my summer teaching kids to pursue peace and justice for their communities and the communities around them. I directed a day camp called Kids for Peace, which aimed to educate youth and young adults about Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. In doing so, participants learn how to create equality, peace, and balance in their communities. The camp only spans 4 days, but each day is jam-packed with motivating, challenging activities and dialogues. Throughout the week, I watched the campers and staff change their attitudes and open themselves up to other religions and people who are different from them. One activity in particular, the bell pepper dialogue, focused on avoiding and engaging in discrimination and stereotypes. I set 3 different bell peppers in front of the campers, and they were different colors, and asked them to vote on which one was the best, which one looked the best, and which would taste the best based on its feeling, shape, and color. In choosing a pepper only based on its looks, the campers were forced to judge, discriminate, and stereotype the peppers, just as we do every day in society. This is an action we are taught by society. We do it to protect ourselves. Consequently, it limits our interactions with people. It hurts ourselves and others. Our Torah portion this week urges us to pursue justice and to take care of others in addition to ourselves. The famous lines, "Justice, justice shall you pursue, and for a human is a tree of the field," reminds us of our mission and purpose in the world, to be thoughtful, utilitarian, and respectful people in all areas. We are told how to wage war in this portion, an instruction that might seem over the top and surprising to some of us. However, in teaching us how to carry out war, the Torah is providing spiritual guidance for each of us in our personal struggles against our inclinations to make judgments and exclude others. This is our process of pursuing justice. This process cannot be accomplished in one day or by one person. Our pursuit of justice is rooted in our text, in our communities, and in ourselves. In pursuing justice, we can overcome, control, and subdue our tendency to judge and exclude others. To emphasize this, the Torah repeats the call to justice twice in one sentence, thereby implying its importance and our obligation. In telling us that we are only a tree of the field, we can see that we are just one of the many who need to work together to pursue justice and peace in our world. Trees spread their seed just as we spread our message through our actions and interactions. Our message is founded on how we perceive and treat others. If we treat each individual as a meager bell pepper, we will of course not discover the meat of the hearty vegetable, nor understand the crux of the person. We will miss out because we have not pursued justice and we have cast people aside purely because of their physical makeup. Lastly, this portion tells us not to cut down fruit trees when waging war against the city. And so we should not destruct that which grounds us, that which we are built upon. We cannot destroy objects that are beneficial to humanity and that help us grow and prosper. Focusing on our roots and intuitions allows us to pursue justice and peace in our communities and stray away from making preconceptions and harmful judgments. Remaining true to our roots and extending our branches to others allows us to be better and more constructive, productive human beings. I encourage you to be your own tree, leaning on others, giving to others, and including others as you avoid engaging in judgment, discrimination, and stereotypes. And I urge you to continue to pursue justice to help you take into account the needs and qualities of others. Thank you. We will continue on page 78 with the Aleinu. Please rise.
Samanu, Knish Bavata
page 82. The embrace. You weren't well or really ill, yet either just a little tired, your handsomeness tinged by grief or anticipation, which brought to your face a thoughtful, deepening grace. I didn't for a moment doubt you were dead. I knew that to be true, still, even in the dream. You'd been out, at work maybe, having a good day, almost energetic. We seemed to be moving from some old house where we lived, boxes everywhere, things in disarray. That was the story of my dream. But even asleep, I was shocked out of the narrative. By your face, the physical fact of your face, inches from mine, smooth-shaven, loving, alert. Why so difficult, remembering the actual look of you, without a photograph, without strain? So when I saw your unguarded, reliable face, your unmistakable gaze opening all the warmth and clarity of you, warm brown tea, we held each other for the time the dream allowed. Bless you. You came back so I could see you once more, plainly so I could rest against you without thinking this happiness lessened anything, without thinking you were alive again. We think of those who have passed away in the most recent weeks and days. Our community is thinking of Stanley Cohen, Earl Hecker, and Marjorie Simon. In this season, we remember Betty Feinstock, Etta Blechman, Julius Conrad, Lawrence Bruce Edelman, Seymour Friedman, Sandra Kreiselman, Lawrence Meyer, Elizabeth Betty Miller, Samuel B. Paul, Max Randall, Nathan Steinberg, Alan Topper, Isidore Weinberg, Libby Wilner, Edward Zold, and Jack Zuckerman. If you wish to add any names or correct me, I encourage you to do so. We rise in solidarity. Morris Kaddish is found on page 86. Yitz Gadal, V'yitz Kadash, Shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach hirtei, v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon, u'byomechon, u'chayei techol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yahei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach le'alam u'lomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yita'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal Shmei Dekudisha Barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru. Amen. Please be seated.
Announcements tonight are brought to you by Phil Goldenberg. That's what Sharon said.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank everybody for joining us this evening. I'd like to thank Henry, part of our stream team. I'd like to thank Caitlin for ushering, and a very special usher we had tonight, Ruth. Thank you. TKA is having a Samor Shabbat next Friday evening, August 25th. It's going to start at 5:45. Join us for a hot dog dinner and s'mores. There will be veggie hot dogs available. Free. It's a great summer celebration, and remember, this service is going to be outside, so there will be no streaming next week. And then on Shabbat morning, August 26th, following services, Temple Kolami and B'nai Israel are going to have a joint Shabbat lunch. No RSVP is necessary for that. Next Saturday evening, August 26th, at 5 p.m., there's a special private Havdalah dinner with Chef David Rader, and there are 4 spots available at $50 each. Now, this was an item from our Aces Chai fundraiser, and if you're interested, contact Jason Gold. Rabbi Shribman will be holding Slichot writing classes on August 24th and August 31st at 6:30. Everyone's welcome to join. Prepare for the high holidays with poetry and prose on themes from our liturgy. If you're comfortable, some of the poems will be used during our Slichot service on Saturday, September 9th, and that's going to be at 7:30. And attention families, don't forget to register for religious school. The first day is Sunday, September 10th. High holiday packets are in the mail. Please make sure you read the information inside and be sure to put your tickets in someplace safe. Consider being a high holiday angel. Angels help defray the costs, the extra costs we incur, such as music, the tent, and printing, and that would be very helpful to the temple. And if you'd like to be an usher during one of our high holiday services, no experience is necessary. Contact Carrie Strom or Amy Klein for more information. And for all upcoming events, if you have any questions, you'd like to RSVP, please contact the temple office. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Janet. Wishing everybody Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much.
Kaddish and Motzi is on page 12.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon yinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, ki banu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon yinchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
And as it is the month of Elul, we're going to
play some shofar. So, if you turn to page 91 in your prayer books, it is tradition to blow shofar every day in the month of Elul. Some people have the practice not to blow on Shabbat, but as it's the first day, we thought, why not?
Thank you. Okay. The shofar is sounded from the first day of Elul until the eve of Rosh Hashanah, to signal the approaching days of awe. The sound of the shofar implores us to engage in cheshbon hanefesh, an accounting of the soul. Amid shouts of joy, sound of the shofar, the Holy One ascends. Together, let us ascend as we hear the call of community.
Page 89.
Page 89. Did I not say that? I'm sorry.
The voice
of return. Let us ascend as we feel the pull and power of tradition. Let us ascend toward forgiveness and peace of mind, toward heartfelt change and acts of repair. Let us ascend to the sound of the shofar. Let us enter the gates of Teshuvah. Reach deep into the sanctuary of the heart. Reach beyond the infinite and eternal. Reach deep with every quiet breath. Reach beyond, summoned by the ancient ringing blast of the shofar. Page 91. Baruch atah Adonai shomea teruah. Tekiah. Shevarim. Teruah. Tekiah. May you feel whole, knowing you are enough. May you feel confident, knowing you are prepared. And may you feel calm, knowing the storm will pass. And may you feel at peace, knowing you are loved. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Although my tekiah gedolah for the kids this morning was only 30 seconds. I was like, oh my gosh, I have the whole month of Elul to practice.
Don't need to go like 10 minutes, you know.
No, but it was, at one point in time I had 55.
55 seconds.
Yeah. No, 55 seconds. And I'm like, okay,